What is going on, guys? Jack here, and this is a very special video. I should point out, this was recorded, I think it was 2 weeks after the FM14 beta, and for those of you who don't know, last year I did an FM13 FC United and Manchester save, and I got all the way to the Premier League, and I had one episode left to record when the FM14 beta released. And I recorded it after the beta a few weeks afterwards, left my hard drive at my parents' house, and I've had to wait to get it back, get it sent to me, get it sorted. So here is the final episode. This has been kind of stalled off even further by the fact that I thought, you know what, I'm going to upload this exactly 1 year after the first FC United and Manchester episode. So if you've never seen this series before, I will do a rundown. I believe I do one in the actual video itself, so I'm not going to do one here. But this is an epic save. Hope you enjoyed this final episode. If you do, please smash the like button. This is one hell of a finale to probably the best FM14 save, or FM13 save I should say, that I've ever done. So anyway, I'm going to let past me get straight into this. What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to the final episode of The Road to Glory, here with FC United and Manchester. FM14's dropped. I have some unfinished business to get to. And yes, for those of you who haven't seen this series before, because I appreciate there's a load of new people, this is the epic finale to possibly the greatest FM save I've ever had. As you can see here, we have 5 games left of the season. I should probably talk a little bit about this save in general. So you can see here, we started at the bottom in the Regional Premier Northern League in the 7th tier of English football. We skyrocketed to the Premier League in what I think was 8 seasons or 7 seasons. We spent a long time in the Premier League, not doing too well. Won the league our previous 2 seasons, but this season has been our toughest season yet. And as you can see, looking at the fixtures here, we have 3 Premier League games left to play against Arsenal, Manchester City and Derby County. I also have the FA Cup final and the Champions League final this episode. Now, we've already won a load of competitions this episode. You have to understand that I have an incredibly dominant team here. We've already won the League Cup this season. We've already won the World Club Championship this season. We did lose in the Community Shield final against Chelsea, but we did win the European Super Cup. If we can win 3 more trophies this episode, we would be doing the, I don't know what 6 is it sextuplet? So yeah, this is the situation we find ourselves in. This is going to be one hell of a rollercoaster ride. And yeah, kicking things off with Arsenal v Man City. Now, you're probably thinking those are tough games anyway. How can it be so close in the league? Well, this is the current league situation. We're in second. United have played a game more of it than us and are a point clear. But there's only 2 games left of the season, and our 2 games are against Manchester City and Arsenal, the 2 teams hot on our heels, both only 4 and 2 points off Manchester United, who are top of the league respectively. So yeah, a lot to play for this time. I should probably actually do a squad kind of introduction, I suppose, because as I mentioned, there's a load of new people, so I'm going to give you guys a brief rundown of kind of what I consider to be my best team. Now, our captain is currently injured. That's David Gauffier, and he's out for 2 months, so he is not going to be finishing the adventure with us, even though he's our captain. So he's an honourable mention, I suppose, Gauffier. Quality centre-back. You can see here, French international. Been a real rock for us at the back. But anyway, moving on to our kind of starting team. Here we have Pavlenko, Ukrainian goalkeeper, 27 years old, very talented player in the air. Joined us 5 years ago for £25 million. And since then, you can see he's got pretty darn good ratings for a keeper, because it's not easy to get good ratings as a keeper, but he's certainly accomplished that whilst at the club. In centre-back, we play with 3 centre-backs and wing-backs. In centre-back, right centre-back, we have Tanguy Horn. Good little player, amazing physicals, amazing speed, amazing defensive ability. Came in 4 years ago for £22.5 million. At centre-back, we go with Matti, the German monster. This guy is an absolute giant among men. 18 strength, 18 jumping. Joined us for £9.5 million 6 years ago, really developed in our youth team. He's still only 22, but he's certainly one of the best players in the club. At left centre-back we go with Victor Hugo Rosales. This guy, Mexican international, young player, good aerial ability, joined us for £15 million at the start of the season, and another one of these kind of really solid centre-backs we have. So there are 3 centre-backs. Right wing back, we go with our vice-captain, Alexander Nazarov. Amazing player, this guy. Very loyal servant to the club. He joined us 5 years ago for £20 million from Spartak Moscow. You can see he's been a consistent performer every year and really turned up the heat and performed well in more recent years, especially that 7.32 last season. So another very, very good player. At left back, one of the few non-regen players in this team, we have Luke Shaw. Quality left back, you guys know what to expect from Luke Shaw. Probably the weak link in my team, but he's still a very strong player. Lost his speed and a bit of his physical ability, but he's still technically one of the best kind of wing backs in the world. So him and Nazarov do jobs there. In the centre mid area, we go with Gregory Pereira. Amazing centre mid, this guy. Just a well-rounded off machine. You can see he came for £22.5 million a few years ago. This year he's been suffering a lot with injury, but previous seasons he's done pretty well for us despite his injury proneness. And he joined us from Lille. Attacking centre mid, in fact, no, we've missed Junwan Tabe. Let's get straight into this guy. Japanese international, amazing defensive ball winning midfielder, creative as well, amazing mentals, probably one of the better players in the team. Joined us for £23.5 million from Chelsea last season, so he's a pretty darn good player. Moving on to the centre attacking mid position, Alberto Abaga, 20 years old. Came to us from Barcelona, amazing kind of player for his age. Been playing in the side since he was 18, and he kind of spearheads our attack from slightly deep. And then we have Alfredo Senior, in fact, no, it's not Alfredo Senior. He left us. That's a whole other story. If you do want to catch up on this save, there is a big playlist with over 100 videos, which I recommend you check out. Here we have Alfred Serra, amazing player. You can see his stats here, just incredible. Technically gifted, physically gifted. He's just gifted. He's just got the God-given gift. We then have Pereira here. You should not be there. Peyrard, get on the pitch. Jean-Christophe Peyrard. This is the man of the moment. If you want to see my best ever player, this is the man. He joined us at 16. He's developed incredibly. He's better than Hansel Vera, Conor Curry and Wayne Perry combined. This guy is a monster. 42 goals in 41 appearances for France. At the age of 20, he's soon to be 21. Looking at his stats, he joined us for £7.5 million at the age of 16. Put a lot of money into this guy. Took a risk. First season, 4 goals in 15 games. You know, it's okay. It's not great. It's not terrible. The season afterwards, again, nothing kind of too stand out. A very solid performance for a 17-year-old playing in the Premier League. And then he really turned up the heat for the last 3 years. You can see his average ratings here. He's been incredible. He has scored 67 goals in... I'm trying to work it out now. 67 goals in about... 143 appearances. But what's probably even more impressive is his international form. You may have noticed he scores more than a goal a game. And his overall average rating that you can just see in the bottom right here, a 7.96 for the season. A 7.67 for the season kind of prior to that, and you'll also notice an average rating of 8.42 at international level with 21 goals in 14 games. He single-handedly carried France to a World Cup win at the age of 19, which is not too shabby and not too mean a feat. Anyway, moving on to a few honourable mentions. I'm not going to go through the entire side, but we have here Luis Enrique, amazing player, this guy, just a solid centre mid, amazing athlete. Been at the club for a number of years as well, which is kind of nice to see. This is his 5th season at the club, probably one of the best £1.9 million I've ever spent on a player. And then we do have a few more kind of players who I guess are worth honourable mention. Jean-Philippe Pereira. This guy joined us from Southampton this season. He's kind of, I guess, Peyrard Jr. £26 million spent on him. We had the money to spend. The club finances aren't actually that great on this save, but because I've kind of the value of the players and I guess the calibre of players we have, and because of kind of the youth system that I have, whereby there's a lot of players here with some good ability coming up, it's kind of kept me with a conveyor belt of players, I suppose, at my disposal, which has allowed me to sell on the players who don't quite make it in order to build a side really made up of some superstars. So anyway, that's the general gist of our team. There's a few other players I could show, but I'm not going to go into too much detail. Feel free if you want to see more. I might make this save available for download. I'm not sure yet. Maybe, yeah, I will actually. I'll make this save available for download because people ask me for ages, and I did say I'd upload it. Someone remind me in the comments if there isn't a link in the description for this. So yeah, this is my FM13 God Squad, and let's get straight into the first game of this live comm session. Now, we have a pretty good team in terms of fitness. There are a few players struggling here and there, but for the most part, I'm pretty darn happy with this kind of setup, I suppose. Let me just check all this stuff. It's weird coming back to FM13 after a few weeks of FM14. Everything's different. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this side. You can see the average ratings here. The team has been absolutely incredible. I'm just wondering what our fixture congestion's like. It's not too bad. In fact, I should probably change the training focus to fitness. It is on fitness anyway. Let's change that to high, right? Submit team. I'm happy with that starting 11. Let's get a win here. Let's make sure that we do not slip up early on in this kind of big push. Arsenal playing a very unconventional 3-4-2-1. Hopefully we can exploit the gaps, kind of widen their defence. You can see their team here. Alfredo Jr., our former player, kind of I guess, what's the word? Not spearheading their defence, Jack, but kind of being that rock in their defence. Hopefully we can absolutely tear them to shreds today. If we get a win here, obviously this would put us ahead of Manchester United with 2 games left, but we will still have to play Manchester City, which again is another must-win game. So yeah, we'll see how we get on here. I have got the Brighter Ball mod installed because, of course, there is no closer kind of view. So I'm hoping that you guys can see the ball okay, and I'm hoping to God that we're going to get a win here that we deserve. 25 minutes in, nothing's happening. Nothing. It's a bit anticlimactic. I wanted an epic final game. Let's get the match stats up. Seems like all my preferences have been deleted. I think I might have cleared my cache that kind of saves all your settings. Well, it's 0-0 at the break. A draw wouldn't necessarily be bad because we'd go ahead of United on goal difference going into the last 2 games. But, I mean, if we could get the 3 points here, that would be pretty huge. Going to stick with our system for now. That said, there's not been many chances created at all, so hopefully our players can actually do something with it here. In fact, I'm going to switch to the 2D view, I think. Let's change this. Oh god, there's something going in. Defend that. Oh, we scored. Sick. I couldn't tell which way it was, but that is great. We'll do that. We'll do that. Rosales with the header. Right, now let's get this actual camera sorted because it's not set up properly. Right, there we go. Boom. Key. 2D classic goals. Let's go, boys. Let's get another. Come on. Don't give the ball away now. We're winning at home to Arsenal. We've got a home tie against Man City as well, so we are at home, so you'd hope we can win. Sarah! Let's go, boys. 2-0. That should be this game in the bag, I hope. Quality goal by Alfred Serra. Alfredo Jr. unable to mark the man, the myth, the Serra. Let's go. Let's go. I'm happy. Look at those stats. I don't think Arsenal have had a shot this half. Nazarov bombing it down the wing, and Serra's just there to mop up their pieces and grab the goal. So yeah, let's do this. 15 minutes left. Let's get some fresh legs in midfield. Wanatabe's looking a little bit tired. Barga's a little bit knackered. We can do some subs now. We can make these changes. Save some legs for the next few games coming up, of which there are a fair few. And maybe we can do the 6-tuplet. Yeah, we've got another chance. Nazarov, whip it in. Rosales, get it in, my son. Get it in again. Luis Enrique, the sub. Luke Shaw. It's really weird, Luke Shaw, actually, how well he's done for us, because I signed him for fairly cheap. Nazarov! Wow. Demolition. Destruction. Arsenal, sit the hell down. If you don't know, we went unbeaten last season, which was absolutely incredible. This year we've not been quite as kind of strong, and that's kind of shown, I guess, in how tight the league table is at the top. But in kind of all competitions, we've really turned up the heat. And the squad balance here, I can't think of a team that's had this good of a balance that I've kind of had at my disposal. It's very difficult, I feel like, in FM to get a squad whereby you feel like no matter what team you set up or whoever you play, that you have a very good chance of winning. And it's a very nice feeling, can I just say that? Wow, okay, that's good. That is good. Well played, lads. 3-0, comprehensive. More of that against Man City. This does our goal difference the world of good as well, which is nice. And we also get a little bit of breathing room ahead of United with only 2 games left of the season. Nazarov has run them ragged. The vice-captain who stepped in as captain today with Gauthier being injured, getting that 8.9 average rating with an assist and a goal. No one's reacting to the team talks, but it doesn't even matter. I'm not even mad. Let's just get a few more of those, please, guys. Man United also played a game today, and they lost, which means that this game against Man City becomes absolutely massive in the race. I will just check the Manchester United result, but I'm pretty sure they just lost. Oh, they drew against Crew. Well, thank you, Crew. The mighty Crew in the Premier League. Showing what they're made of in the year 2028. We actually go a point clear of them then with a game in hand. But Man City, who we play next, are 3 points behind us with better goal difference. So this next game is basically, if we win this, we should have the league. We've qualified for the Champions League. That is irrelevant. That is irrelevant. This is all now about beating Man City. Another one of our rivals. One of our fierce rivals as well. A real clash of the titans at the top of the league. I'm hoping we can get something. I'm praying that we can get something. Mallet sets record for most man of the matches. Wow, he's a bit OP. Nerf Mallet. I feel like on this game the regens were a lot better than they are now on FM14. Maybe that's just me. It's also weird seeing these different news items. Like FM14's done this so much better. Right, I'm being suggested players who used to play for me like Farias. £22 million well sold as far as I'm concerned. He's currently sat in the Chelsea reserves. Okay, important dates. Look at that. They are some important dates and a half. We have the Champions League final, the FA Cup final, and 2 Premier League games. Who got Manager of the Month? Charlie Adam got it for Manchester United. Well, that's all you need to know about the year 2028. Charlie Adam is leading Manchester United to glory. Said no one, ever. Who got named in the Team of the Week? Nazarov and Rosales. Good stuff, men. Sorry if you can hear me fumbling. I'm nervously sipping my bottle of Oasis. Nervously. I'm a little bit apprehensive. I'm on edge. We must respect Mask. How good are you, Mask? He's not a bad centre-back, is he, for Man City? Let's put it that way. Mancini. Okay, this guy, Barasoin, if that's how you want to say his name, is the best player in the world at the moment, and he plays for Man City, and I'm kind of a bit nervous. Those stats, 101 goals in 105 games. He's a bit of a machine. We are going to definitely have to close him out here and keep him quiet if we want to beat Manchester City at home. But I'm optimistic. I am very optimistic. 9 players called up for international duty at under-19s. That is fine. Fumin is out. Leave to physio. Fumin, the man who just didn't make it. He had so much potential. Could have been so good. I mean, he's not that bad, but he's just not good enough. But he's injured. Not that it matters. He's sat in the reserves anyway. Anyway, let's get straight to today's game. Any players struggling with fitness? Nazarov and Luke Shaw certainly aren't 100% fit, but I'm going to risk them for a chocolate biscuit here because I want to win the league. But yeah, this is huge. This is big. I can't put it any simpler than that. Win this, probably won the league going into Derby County at the last game of the season. A draw here, we've probably won it. If we lose, we're hoping that Manchester City slip up. Alright, let's try for the fans here. Let's try for the fans because it's a local derby. Some of them react. Let's go. No one seems to be reacting to passionate. I think there's a lot to come from you, and I believe you've got what it takes. Go on. Payrod and Serra up top. A Barger behind. Luke Shaw on the left. Nazarov on the right. Let's go. This is a must-win game. Looks like we're having the early spells of pressure. Manchester City yet to have a shot on goal. Chance here maybe. Luke Shaw. Wanatabe. Inside if you want, my son. There we go. That's the ball. Nice conventional build-up play here by the FC United side. Luke Shaw. Payrod. Oh, he's missed it. Come on, Payrod. You're the best player in the world and you can't miss a chance like that. So if you've never seen my team play before, I play with a very kind of free-flowing, attacking kind of, I guess, approach. And you might notice that in the way the players move for each other. They're all very high work rate players, so they work hard. And it really allows us to craft out opportunities. Now, we've not played badly here, but I do think there's more to come from players, and no one's reacting here. Come on, someone react. There we go, 2 people reacting, Serra and Payrod. Well, if I needed some people to react at 0-0, they were probably the men I was hoping for. But no, this is a very free-flowing tactic. We've got the three centre-backs. The wing-backs provide all the width, and then we really outnumber men in the centre. Oh God, he's injured. Right, Bastian Hubner. The man, the myth, the legend. Let's go, my son. Let's go, Bastian. £22 million striker, Bastian Hubner. The German. He struggled a little bit, but I'm hoping today is his time to shine. Payrod with the ball in. Cleared away, but only as far as Hubner. Oh God, don't pass it back there. Pavlenko just safe. That will do. Nice little bit of build-up play here. Really trying to work the space. See what I did there. Oh, Payrod, bury that. He's buried it. Jean-Christophe Payrod. 56 minutes gone. FC United take the lead. Manchester City do not know what's hit them. That was beautiful. Bastian Hubner somehow involved in the build-up play. I don't think we can quite credit him with the assist, but a mix-up in the Man City defence. And Jean-Christophe steps up to go ham sandwich. And Gig Lane erupts. Oh God, set piece. Got to defend this now. Oh, Man City get back into the game with their first shot on target. Damn. That's not what I needed. No one's dealt with that at all. No one. Just one of you needs to go up for it. 20 minutes left. Let's make some more changes. Abaga's had a pretty quiet game, so let's bring on Lee Wright. I'm also going to bring on Luis Enrique for Pereira, who's another player with a pretty quiet game. So a triple sub coming out, FM-esque. I'm hoping that FM Cheese is not going to kick in, that I'm not going to have a player get injured here. Although, 7 minutes left on the clock, Man City with the ball in hand. Save that keeper. He's missed a sitter. That'll do. Right, a draw at this point will be enough for me. I'll take a draw. Oh God, there's 2 minutes left. Payrod. He's off. Send him off. Gutierrez is off. You've got to send him off, ref. He's taken a knock. He's injured. He's off. Let's go. We have a minute and a half. I think it's going to be too little too late unless we're to craft something from this set piece. I guess you never know. I'm optimistic. Can he hurry up and get off the pitch, please? He's time wasting here. Lee Wright, get it in. Tanguy. Nazarov, go on. Oh, don't get the ball away there. Defend. That'll do. That's going to be full time, I think, there, guys. 1-1. Not the win I was necessarily searching for, but at this point in the season, it does kind of, I guess, maintain the gap that we have over the teams behind us going into the last game of the season against Derby. Right. Yeah, 2 points clear, 1 game left. Man City and United are the only two teams left who can potentially catch us as we now go into the FA Cup final against Tottenham at Wembley. Our first trip to Wembley since the League Cup final. Hopefully we can repeat the success we had then. It's not going to be easy, but I mean, I want the sixtuplet at this point. I feel like the league should be in the bag now, considering that we only need a point against Derby. Serra is going to miss the Champions League final though, so we've lost one of our main men, presumably for the rest of the season. Tragic. Out for 2 to 3 months. Well, that's Serra's season over. Bastian Hubner is now going to have to step up to the plate and show us what he is all about. It's not ideal. Got to be honest, but Bastian Hubner scored 21 goals in 32 games, so he's not quite got Serra's 36 in 44, but we have more than 2 goal-scoring threats in our side. You know, when you've got 3 players scoring in excess of 20 goals and one of them scored 29 and the other scored 36, you're pretty kind of, I guess, sorted. Right, FC United seek further FA Cup glory. FC United will be looking to win the FA Cup for the second time in a row when they play Tottenham Hotspur. Should FC United manage to lift the trophy, the team will undoubtedly look back at their memorable victory over Champions League semi-finalist Manchester City on April the 15th as the defining moment in another glorious cup run for the club. Meanwhile, 12th-time FA Cup winner's boring. I don't care about Tottenham. It's all about the FC United of Manchester right here, right now. So yeah, we'll see how we get on here. Pellegrino's looking to outplay me. Well, good luck on that. Right, FA Cup final. It's a neutral venue. Shrewsbury takeover is on the rocks. Watch out. Tanguy Horn, Matty, and my fullbacks all need rests. I'm probably going to risk them for a chocolate biscuit here, considering that we have got Derby, and I'd pretty much expect my second string team to do a job there. And this is a must-win game. What's their conditions at? See, they need rests, but I'm not going to rest them till after this game, I think. Because that Derby game's going to be a case of rotate the squad for the Champions League final. I'm thinking. You know what? Yeah, we're going to stick with this team. Although I'm going to play Alexandre Roger ahead of Nazarov. And I'm also going to switch Luke Shaw with Mariano Prest. Just get, oh wait, no. I don't want Prest. I want my left wing back. I want Diego. Diego, get on. Diego, the man, the myth, the legend. This guy's okay, actually. He's a very technically gifted player. Well, no, he's a very physically and mentally gifted player, but he just lacks the technicals. If he was technically better, he'd easily, fight for a place alongside Luke Shaw. But as it stands, he's not quite there. Anywho, let's get into today's game. Huge match. Huge. It's massive. Sarah, you're still on the bench even though you're injured. Let's bring on Carl Klaus, the young Englishman. We've got a few Englishmen in our side. We should do a shout out to the English players. Carl Klaus here, 19-year-old striker, actually came from Tottenham Hotspur. Maybe this will be a game where he comes off the bench and has one of those FM kind of legendary moments. Other players, Rico Francis, England international at the age of 20. Amazing defensive midfielder. Just struggled to get into the team of late. Obviously Luke Shaw, who I've already covered. And last but not least, to complete our English kind of lineup, bench, reserve, second string team, Lee Wright here, another good little English striker, who we also have on the bench. So we've got plenty of English players who can come on to make an impact. Looking at how Tottenham set up, the big player to watch out for is Carlos Lyons. This guy is incredible. You can see his stats here. He's like the English Rooney. No, he's better than Rooney. He's an English Messi. That's a better kind of comparison. But we'll see how we get on today. I'm hopeful that we can get something here. Shay Given, take the instructions. I want another trophy. These fans have been fantastic. Let's do it for the fans. For the fans never works. Even when it's in local kind of matches and local derbies, at least on FM13, I've not really experimented too much with FM14 yet. But for the fans, never worked. Even when you played local rivals in huge games, like you could get a better reaction by doing other talks. Anyway, I'm rambling needlessly now. Let's see how we get on here. What am I saying 6 for? There's 2 minutes gone on the clock, not 6, Jack. Wake up. 2 minutes on the clock. Tottenham with an attack here. Good tackle. Bento's there. Oh my God, Matty. What a tackle. Costa hits the post. Get it out now. Rosales. That's poor defending. 2 minutes gone. Tottenham Hotspur take a lead here. Players just looked very confused. Matty's going to need medical attention. Maybe I should have rested the centre-backs. Maybe I should have. Such a scrappy goal to concede. Tanguy Horn, Rosales, just mass confusion. I think Matty getting injured probably didn't help because when you lose your central defender of a back three, it's pretty difficult to cover. Anyway, since we conceded that goal, we have got slightly back into the game. Dominating possession, which is kind of nice, or at least having a little bit more than it, but yet to see anything from it. Matty's still taking a knock. I'm going to risk him. Right here, right now. Spurs with a set piece. Get that clear. Can we get the second thing clear? Payrard. Don't give it away there, son. Lions. Hislop. We need to do something here to change. They're finding too much space between our midfield and our defence. Wanatabe, go on, my son. Go on, you speedy Japanese man. Abaga. Payrard. Let's go. 1-1. What a counter-attack. The pace of the break there. The players' high work rate all too evident as we bursted through, storming at the Tottenham Hotspur defence. Great play, my son. Great play. Wanatabe, Abaga. Bit of a confusion. I'm not sure who got the pass there, but Payrard doesn't care. Diallo can't catch him. Let's go. More of the same, please. Keep it up, boys. I'm happy with your performance. Keep it up. We're playing well. I'm pretty happy with that first half, considering how we conceded early on. Since we conceded, we've kind of taken the game by the scruff of the neck. look probably the more lethal team looking at the stats. However, we've not created too many opportunities. I need more clear-cut chances, and more clear-cut chances taken would be amazing. 17 minutes left and nothing's happening. Wanatabe for Luis Enrique. I don't have a centre-back on the bench. Oh, I do actually, because Alexander Roger can switch there and then Nazarov switches to full-back. Going to go with that double change. I've actually subbed off Wanatabe despite how well he's playing because he's knackered and I want him for the Champions League final to be fit and raring to go. Luis Enrique, the sub, getting that tackle there. Go on, Peyrard. Run at him. Run at him, Peyrard. Peyrard. Oh, he's hit the post. The French maestro probably should have done better there. 13 minutes left and ticking. Come on, boys. Can we win the ball? Can we do it? Costa running at us. Great tackle to Sales. Now we break. Use your pace, Peyrard. Run at him, my son. Hubner. Bastian Hubner. 80 minutes. Hubner scores. 10 minutes left. Let's go. Been all over them this game. Peyrard with the turn of pace. Just running at the defence. Then the vision here to Fred through Hubner. Who buries it. What a strike partnership. Who needs Serra? We don't. We've got a new hero here in the legend that is Bastian Hubner. And that will surely seal it now as the clock has 40 seconds left. Peyrard going on another one of his maestro runs. Luis Enrique, Diego. Enrique, get it in, Diego. Whip it in, my son. Whip it in, Diego. Get it in. You're not technically gifted, but it doesn't even matter. Wow. Take a bow. Take a bow, Peyrard. That is 3-1. GG no re. Tottenham Hotspur. You are done. Whew. Pressure's off now. I'm now just going to nervously sip my bottle of Oasis and hope that the next 2 games can be as relatively stress-free as I guess these first 3 games have. They've gone our way. It's like a little fairy tales going on here. Look at the dot celebrate. The God Squad continues. I'm very happy, boys. I am very happy. That is exactly what we needed. They've done exactly what I needed from them. Exactly. Serra and Peyrard coming second and third top goal scorers in this competition. Peyrard, man of the match. Of course he was. Of course he was. Apparently they're delighted with me. FC United and Manchester favourite Sam Ashton has words of encouragement for Red Rebels boss Work the Space following his FA Cup success. Ashton stated that although many had expected them to win, Work the Space had handled the pressure of expectancy well and shown a great deal of spirit to guide the team to a trophy. Well played, boys. Also, apparently Elliot's name is on the lips of Grimsby Town fans. Wait, does this guy play for... No way. No way. I went to school with this guy. That's mental. That's mental. Although he's a Lincoln City fan. I'm very... That's crazy. I went to school with him. Small world. That's mental. Oh, wow, you want an improved deal, do you? So you just want to mug me of all my money? Is that what this is? An improved deal? I'll give you a big goal bonus and I'll stop complaining. It's the last episode, okay? I don't really have to do this, but I'm being nice because I'm in a good mood because of how well we're playing. There we go, Diego. Now go away, run away. Anyway, we've got Derby next. Derby County followed by Arsenal. That's another trophy in the bag. That's the quad for the season. That's the European Super Cup, the World Club Championships, the League Cup and the FA Cup. I just need 2 more. Just 2 more. It's all we need. I'm not expecting too much here, but I hope we can do it for the fans. Apparently, Gaitan... What jobbers Gaitan got out of him? He's a scout. He's not a bad scout, is he? I should do a rundown of the staff. Let's have a look at the staff. Look at that. That's a big team. I'll go by reputation. So, players that we've got in our team... players we've got in our staff. We've got Lionel Messi, Vidic, Rooney, Shay Given, Falcao, Mike Norton, Jerome Wright. Mike Norton and Jerome Wright, of course, players that start at FC United right at the start of the save. I mean, Norton's not a great player, but I just wanted to bring him back. And actually, Jerome Wright's not a bad coach at all. Not a bad coach at all. Anyway, who else we got? Ryan State, another player who started his time at the club. If I show you his career, you can see he played for us for a number of years before retiring fairly young. And then I offered him a job working for us. Then other players like Wayne Daniels, who also played for us. There's a few players here who I brought back. We've got Jermaine Pennant, Robert Pires. It's a dream team. It's a dream team. I'm not going to say Matt Dale as well. Another player who played for us. When did he play for us? He played for us for a year on loan. So it's kind of nice to have players who used to play a few years ago come to your club and work as staff. He is one of the few players there. Well played, boys. I don't even care about scouts anymore. We've got 2 games left of this save, and can I just... If you've gotten till this point and you've been one of the people who, you know, has enjoyed this save, can I just say thank you so much for making it as enjoyable as it has been. I think I've done saves like this before, but being able to share it with so many people and know that there's so many people kind of going to enjoy it and who look forward to this kind of save for the last kind of 9 months or so, all I can really say is just kind of, I guess, a huge thank you, because, as I said, I've done saves like this before, but just being able to share it with so many people every step of the way, kind of the good times going straight up through the leagues, with the exception of that one season in League One, and then even the bad times, you know, getting stuck in kind of mid-table Premier League spots. It's been kind of it's been an honour to share it with you. No, but that sounds really soppy. But no, it wouldn't be the save that it's not it like that this save has been if it wasn't for the people who watch it and look forward to it week in and week out. So yeah, thank yourselves. If you've enjoyed this save, know that it's because of you guys that I've kind of persevered with it. There was definitely stages of this save where I was just kind of, yeah, you just want to stop. And I know some people sometimes ask me, like, Jack, how do you get into a save for so long? And the truth is that there are saves where, and there's moments in saves where I absolutely detest them. There's saves where I'm struggling, I'm not enjoying it. But then there's also those moments where it's just absolutely crazy and your team plays amazingly, and I wouldn't kind of complain or change it or have it any other way, I suppose. Oh, Matty, how long are you out injured for? How long are you out injured for? That's the question that's troubling me right now. How long? I want you to be back, mate. 1 to 3 days. Okay, that's not too bad. You'll be back for the Champions League final. Anywho, enough of this soppy talk. We've got Derby County to absolutely thrash. We've had a nice little break between the games, so I'm actually going to kind of play a full strength team here, no nonsense, rather than kind of risk playing a second string team and screwing up. I'd much rather play a full strength team, and then we have also got a week to recover in terms of preparing, I guess, for the Champions League final. So I'm hoping that our players are going to do it here. Payrod, set piece, Rosales. They've appealed for a penalty given. Derby County, give us a gift. In just 1 minute into the game, who is going to step up? It's going to be Alexander Nazarov. He buries it. Of course he buries it. It's Nazarov, the man who has taken the armband for this end of season kind of run with Gauthier being injured, has really stepped up to the mark. Obviously scored a few games back, got an assist, got man of the match, and he's just scored a goal that could potentially seal us the title. Go on, Abaga. Let's just demolish Derby here. Go on, Payrod. Go on, Jean-Christophe. Abaga. There we go. 2-0. The God Squad. I've only just started calling this team the God Squad this video, but it's pretty much what we are now. I don't feel like we can lose a game at the moment. Famous last words going into the Champions League final, Jack. Abaga. Boom. Buries it. What a hit, son. What a hit. Look at those stats. Derby, 24% of possession. Oh dear. Abaga's picked up a knock. I'm not even going to risk him at this point. Payrod's also struggling for fitness. Might monitor that. Might sub him at half time, depending on if we're still 2 goals to the good. I mean, to be honest, I'd still expect my second string team to really beat kind of Derby here. But I didn't even want to risk it. Payrod, go on, my son. Pereira. Horn. Wanatabe. That's not how you say his name. That's how I've always said his name. It's not going to change today. Peyrard. Hubner. Bastian Hubner makes it 3. Wow, Derby County, you are getting annihilated here. They're getting annihilated. Absolutely destroyed. Derby County, 23% of possession. 19 minutes gone. 11 shots by FC United. We're just destroying them at this point. This could very easily get pretty embarrassing for Derby County. Very easily. Watanabe. Peyrard, bury that. Oh, he's hit the post. That could have been 4. Could have been 4. We're all over them. What can I say? This is turning into a bit of a humiliation. Nazarov, Peyrard. There we go. That's 4. Didn't take too long after that miss for him to get back to regular ways. FC United's team are looking unbeatable. You are right, commentator. You are right. I almost wish this was the last game of the series because it would kind of epitomise just how good this team's been. But I've got to focus. I've got to remain focused because still one more absolutely massive game. Wanatabe hits the crossbar from 40 yards. That was not intended. That was definitely not intended. This could be 6. We've not scored in 20 minutes. What's wrong? Okay, that's not a bad first half performance. Not a bad first half performance. There's a chance here. Derby don't score. They could be sparking a comeback. Watch out. There they are. The comeback's on. Leconte, our former man, our former League One man, out on the right wing. Plymouth Argyle legend grabs an assist there. I'm not happy about that. He was a good little player for us, actually, Leconte. He was with us when we were in League One. And I'm pleased to say he developed well at the team. I sold him when I went into the Championship for a lot of profit. And he slowly built his way up to the Premier League. And it's nice when you see players who used to play for you doing well. Especially when they played for you in the lower leagues. Right, I'm very pleased, boys. Well played. Well played. This has been comfortable. I'm happy. I'm a very happy bunny right now. But yeah, I'd be curious actually, guys, if you want to let me know in the comments whilst this destruction job goes on, what your favourite kind of moment from this save has been, what your favourite kind of, I guess, episode might have been, what your favourite, oh, okay, now it's 5. What your favourite quote might have been from the save, anything, you know, a memorable moment that sticks in your mind as kind of the thing that you'll take away from the series. Let me know in the comments. It's nice when I read through comments and either someone mentions something and it's like, oh yeah, I remember that now, and it's usually something I've completely forgotten about. I mean, this series has been, I think this is the 129th episode, or it might be the 130th. I think it's actually the 130th, but I screwed up on naming an episode at one point fairly recently. I say recently, before a few weeks ago when I was doing them. I think it's like episode 116, there's an episode 116.5. So this is technically episode 130. Go on, Peyrard. Go on, my son. Wanatabe, this is just a mad scramble now. We're just hammering on the door. We're trying to knock down the wall and breach Derby County's defence for what would be a 6th time. But yeah, let me know what your favourite moment's been, because it's been an epic save. It's been an adventure. Peyrard, oh my god, just take a bow. Just take a bow. Just take 6-1. I'm sorry, Derby, but you're terrible. Luke Shaw, Leconte tackles him. Peyrard just knocks it round the defender, says thank you very much. 4 men around him. That's not going to stop him burying a shot. What a monster. What a man. Okay, 10 minutes left. Peyrard's a little bit tired, but let's save his legs. Let's bring on Carl Clowes, and let's bring on Rico Francis, 2 English men. 2 English youngsters who, perhaps if this save was to go on longer, you know, would become key players. Unfortunately, I haven't got time. FM14 has dropped. Got that Wolves save to do. Got the Asia 8 as well. Go on, Rico. Luke Shaw. Clowes. Oh, I want Clowes or Rico to get a goal here. That would just be a glorious way to end this game. 1 minute of added time. Derby County are probably just going to be relieved to get to leave the field. We've won the Premier League. It was never really in doubt, this game. United beat Newcastle 4-0 as well. But it's all irrelevant. It was too little, too late for them. Man City actually lost to Sunderland as well, so we would have probably won the league even with a draw, but still pretty incredible. Hubner and Payrod grabbing 2 each, Abaga and Nazarov with the others. We win the league, only 1 defeat all season. Obviously, you guys just witnessed this episode 2 of the toughest games against Manchester City and Arsenal, which we came away unscathed from in terms of defeats. When was the last time we lost a game? I'm actually really curious now. Oh, we lost in the Champions League semi-final first leg, didn't we? I forgot about that. What about in the league? When did we lost in the Premier League on the second game of the season against Chelsea, and since then we've gone unbeaten for the last 36 games in the league. It's not too bad of a record, I suppose. Not too bad at all. Right, 37 messages. Let's see what the press is saying about us. We've been given £27 million. Champions FC United complete the quintuplet. That's 5 trophies now. Can we get the sextuplet? I've never done it in FM, ever. I've been playing the game for 9 years and I've never done it. Payrod named Players Player of the Year in the Premier League. Man City players win all the awards. Barasoin, the striker who plays for Man City, unsurprisingly wins top goal scorer. He's a bit of an OP player. Work the Space wins Manager of the Year. Thank you. Charlie Adam came runner-up, oh dear. Team of the Year, Payrod is in there. Surprisingly, no one else is in there. Oh, mind you, we do have some players on the bench. We have Pereira, Matti and Pavlenko on the bench, I suppose. And Billy Davies is sacked by Aston Villa to cap off what has been a remarkable last day of the season. Okay, one last game, one last push. It's been one hell of a ride, guys, and this is going to be where it ends. We actually won the Champions League. If you haven't ever seen this series before, we won it a few years ago, or was it last year? I'm trying to remember now. It's all merged into one. We won it in the not too distant past against a certain Real Madrid, and I'm hoping for more of the same here. I'm hopeful. Whew. I want the sextuplet. I've never done it, and it'd be one hell of a way to kind of cap off this series, to win 6 trophies in a season and 3 all in one episode in what has been one hell of a live com. After this game, I will also do a roundup of the club histories and stuff, kind of talk about the club legends. We'll look at a few familiar faces. The likes of Shane Barney, Alex Evans, Glenn Stewart, names that if you've watched this series will probably live long in the memory forever. Apparently now the Arsenal manager's sucking up to me, telling me that he gets on with me really well. Right, Champions League final. Not sure where it's going to be, but I'm hopeful that wherever it's going to be, we're going to win it. Where is it being hosted? The Stade Velodrome. Is that in France? I want to say it's in France. Anyway, Arsenal v FC United. This is the final kind of battle. Sirens outside my house start going off as a police car comes down the road. It wouldn't be a live com if it wasn't sirens playing outside here. Anywho, let's get straight into this. We have injuries. Matty's back though. Tango Horn is suspended, which is a shame. Can you stop with the horns? I think it's going the other way now. This is the problem with live comms. Anything can happen. You guys, if you've watched this series, this is not the first time this has happened, and I apologise. I should write a really politely worded letter to the fire services, ambulance services and police services asking them to change their main route to the hospital and other services. Anyway, enough rambling. Pereira can now play. Carl Klaus, I'm sorry son, but you're not going to be making an appearance today. Team is at full fitness, which is amazing to see. I'm not going to play. Do I play Luis Enrique? Let's compare him to Pereira. I never really decided on my best midfield. Like, Watanabe pretty much holds the ball in midfield position, but then I never... Gregory Pereira and Luis Enrique, I never really decided who I preferred here. Enrique is probably better. He doesn't always play as well, though, but I'm going to give him a chance here. He has played more games this year. I look at this team. This team's got goals in them. It's a shame that Serra's out injured and Gauthier and Tanguy Horn are also missing, because that is kind of 2 of our key 3 defenders missing and our top goal scorer missing. But I'm hopeful that we can still get something today. I think that's the squad we're going to go with. I'm going to lock it in. Squad is locked in, boys. Whew. We've already beaten them once this episode. Can we complete a sextuplet, if that's what it's called, and see how we get on here? going to tell the players I have faith in you. I feel like this is the epic climax in like a movie, where it's kind of, you have the really over-emotional bit where I should have really solemn music playing as I go around the changing room, kind of patting the shoulders of all the different players. Right, come on boys, let's go. Champions League final, number 2. Can we make it 2 trophies in the Champions League in what would be, I think, 2 in 3 years, or back-to-back years? They've got a set piece. Defend this. Abaga, use your pace. Run, you speedy Spaniard. Run! Bury it! Bury it! Enrique! 1-0. What a counter-attack. Abaga, the young attacking playmaker. He knows what's up. He works the space. He finds the space. He sees the ball. Runners left, right and centre. Just a little cheeky dink. Enrique's there. Heads it into the open net. Keeper had committed to closing down Abaga. That is 1-0. What a start. More of the same here. We're showing that we want it more. That is exactly what I want to see. I'm very happy, boys. More of the same. More, please. We're playing well. I can't say a lot more than that. We are playing very well here. Whew. Arsenal with 2 shots on goal. We've been all over them. We've penned them in that half. My assistant's already said that we're just controlling the possession. We're controlling the play. We want it more. Our players are hungry for success. We've got a very determined squad. My squad personality, obviously, the length of time I've been at the club, I've been able to kind of tutor all my players to be very, very determined. And it definitely shows kind of, I guess, when you look at our squad personality, and especially in these big games like this, we just seem to want it more. In fact, I don't want to do that sub. I'm going to bring on Rico Francis for Enrique. And I'm also going to bring on Lee Wright. I'm going to bring on 2 English lads. Going to give them their time to shine here. And hopefully not screw up and throw away a win here. We have 20 minutes left to hold on. At this point, I'd be happy with 1-0. We've been all over them. It's the kind of game where I'm hoping FM Cheese is not going to kick in. Come on, boys. Hold out. This will do very nicely. 1-0. I'll take it. I'll take 3 minutes. Can we hold on? That's it. I think that's it. Unless there's going to be a late goal and a late sting in the tail, maybe. Francis Payrard, bury that. That is it. I couldn't have asked for a different player to score that. Payrard has carried this team on his back for a number of years now. Back-to-back Champions League wins. That will be the 6th tuplet. There's not a lot more I can say other than that he's been absolutely incredible for us. Jean-Christophe Payrard, Alfredo Jr., our former player, can do nothing. That goal makes sure of the win. It makes sure of what has been one hell of a final episode to this series. Wow. I can't say anything more. Wow. I don't want to say I'm almost crying, but I do feel like a little bit I don't even know how to describe it. I want to say proud of myself, and it's only pixels on a screen, but when I've done 130 videos of this and it's gone over such a long period of time, this save, I have got some emotional attachment to it. We dominated it. We nailed it. What a win. What a win. FC United win the Champions League again. We retain it, so we did win it last year. Beat Bayern Munich, Man City, CSKA Moscow en route to the final. Work the Space declared one of the best ever. Let's have a look at the Hall of Fame. We're 8th in the England Hall of Fame. Oh no, that's the overall Hall of Fame. Damn. Overtaking the likes of Bill Shankly, closing in on Kenny Dalglish. Wow. One of the best ever. Thanks to the people who decide that. Chadwick hails FC United and Manchester legend. A Barger on form. FC United and Manchester given £21 million for winning that. What a amazing season. And what an amazing save. I will quickly take a look at the history so you guys can see what's up, but that is incredible. Right, let's have a look at this. We'll go through the whole squad, why not? So this is our kind of club history page. You can see here, founded in 2005. Reputation is worldwide. We still ground share with Bury, although we are having a new stadium built, which unfortunately we will never see the day it's finished. That's a shame. Anyway, looking at the board confidence, the board are absolutely delighted by the way we were leading the team. They're happy that we won the Champions League. You can see individual confidence here. They're just everywhere. They're very happy, I suppose, as you'd expect. considering the level of success we've brought to them. They also appreciate the entertaining football. Looking at the finances, we are £11 million in the black, which is nice. Obviously, all the big TV money coming in for the Cup wins has helped with that. I don't need to do a board meeting. Looking at the staff, we've already shown the staff. We've already shown the players. Transfer history? No, we don't need to do this, do we? I don't think we need to do any of this. We could look at the history, I suppose. Let's see who we signed first year. I'm going to go through the club legends, but there's some players here who deserve a special shout out. Alex Evans, the man, the myth, the legend, 35 years old now. Not quite got that pace he had once at our team, but look at them stats. Played for us for so many years. A true legend of the club. It's really weird seeing like the first season where I spent nothing, and then you like compare it to this season, kind of how many years on? 15 years on, where I was spending £117 million and selling £150 million worth of players. Wow. Anyway, quick overview of the club information. Looking at the legends, let's have some shout-outs. Glenn Stewart, you guys know this guy. You know what he's all about. Look at that club history. Played for the team for 12 years. It's a shame he didn't play so much near the end of his career, but a player who was, you know, a leading light all the way from the Blue Square Bet Prem, came in for 70k, played for us so many years. You look at his ratings there, there's not many players that I can think of who performed that good over kind of a period of 8 years of regular first team football. Obviously, I'm a legend. Carl Marginson is actually already a legend when you start the game. Other players here who have become legends. Shane Barney. What a legend. What a legend. You guys know all about this guy. Top goal scorer in the Championship the year we got promoted. Propelled us to a League One promotion as well. And did well in our first few years in the Championship for us before we sold him on. In the Premier League for us before we sold him on. Other players, Jean-Christophe Peyrard. The best player I've ever had in FM. Enough said. Who else have we got here? Francesco Adani. This guy's an interesting one. He was kind of a real monster for us when he played for FC United. You can see what he did for us, to be honest, here. You can see the kind of accolades he got. He got Supporters Player of the Year. He actually got an international cap as well whilst at the club, which was quite good for him. He didn't get too many, but he got a few whilst he was in his prime, and he was certainly a rock at the back for us at Adani. Alfredo Senior as well, another club icon, player who we sold this year at the age of 32 for £23 million in kind of a little deal whereby we signed Serra. I feel like we got the better end of that deal, but still a player who I guess will be missed. Then favourite personnel, Gauthier, you guys know about. João Jose, another player who we sold to Barcelona. Another monster. Barbosa, Gabriel. There's so many players here. It's kind of weird looking through all these players. Gabriel Barbosa, just another absolute monster at the team. Jorge Benitez, centre-back we sold to Real Madrid. Dzeko, Bayern Munich player now, but another player who played well for us for a few years. And we ended up selling on. Luis Enrique. I could go through these for days, guys. Wow, it's just weird looking back on all of this stuff, seeing these names kind of coming back. I suppose we'll look at their history quickly here. So you can see 2 Champions League wins, 1 Europa Cup win, 1 World Club Championship, 2 European Super Cups, 3 Premier League wins, 1 Empower. I'm not going to go through all these, but 2 FA Cups, 1 League Cup as well. You can see what we've won where here. In terms of overall, a lot of it came in recent years, really. After that first kind of Premier League win like 2 or 3 years ago, it all kind of fell into place seemingly. Landmarks, you can see them here. I could go through these for days. Managers, I'll look at our manager profile in a second as well. Looking at the records, you can see them here. Highest league finishes, first in the Premier League. Biggest win, 10-2. That was not when I was in charge, unfortunately. I wish I got that record. Biggest defeat, 6-1 against Tottenham 5 years ago. How times have changed. Most games without losing, 57. That's incredible. Games without winning, 9. It's not great. It's weird looking at the highs and lows here. You can see kind of where we finished in all the different seasons. 7-1 was our biggest win this year. Most games won in a row, we got 10 at one point. Most games without losing this year, 57. 57 games, that's not too shabby, is it? Top goal scorer, Alfredo Senior, Jean-Christophe Peyrard, Serra, Koulibaly, Dzeko, Barbosa, Shane Barney, Ryan Doble, what a legend. What a legend. Jake Kirby and Mike Norton as well. How times have changed. Best 11. Here's our team of the year for this year. But you guys don't care about this. This is our overall best 11. Names such as Alex Evans, Glenn Stewart, Gauthier, Pavlenko, Brian Olivian. Totally forgot about this guy. Another player playing for Derby. Alfredo Senior, Peyrard, Peltari, the Finnish centre defence. There's so many names here that I've just forgotten about. Billy Reid ended up going on to play for Manchester United, a player who we signed from Burzclough. What a career he ended up having. And then, of course, Shane Barney up front. You can see the goal scorers here. It's pretty incredible, some of these players' records. Peyrard, probably the player. The player. If there was a player to say he was it, he was definitely it. And look, I could look through this for days. It's weird, like looking at the squad slowly change over time. Paul Thumb, Lee Conte, the player I mentioned who's now playing for Derby County. I have so many fond memories of this save. I could look over this forever. I will just round things up by looking at my profile, and then I'm going to leave this save forever. So you can see our stats here and kind of our stuff. Reputations worldwide. I'm on 59k a week. Games played 830. Goals for 1,400. Games won 439. It's not a bad record. 15 trophies won as a team. 6 personal awards, 2. You can see here we have a Continental Pro license. Liverpool's my favourite club. I guess we can go to history. Here's my overview again. If you want to pause it, you can look at it in more detail. Most money ever spent, Bocau. Honourable mention right there. He was a monster for us. But unfortunately, I did have to sell him at some point, and he went for slightly less than I was hoping for, but it's not been a bad career. You can see the achievements here again. Feel free to pause at any point, or as I mentioned, you can load up the save and look, but quite a lot of achievements right there. Club history. It's been a good little haul at this team, hasn't it? Just have a look at the biography. If I can actually click it, you can see it here. Enjoyed phenomenal success at FC United, winning 5 league titles and 10 cup competitions. You can see all my awards here. I could go through this for days. I think that's everything. I think that is everything, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this save. It's been one hell of a roller coaster. If you've enjoyed and you've watched till this point, leave a like. And I remember doing this in about episode 30. But if you've got to this point, leave a comment with some reference to pizzas. I think I did that for like episode 30 or something. I'm curious how many people are actually going to have watched to the end, because that is no mean feat for a video this long. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. From the bottom of my heart, I can't thank you guys enough for the support you've shown on this save. I hope you've enjoyed this adventure. I don't think I'm going to try this again anytime soon. But certainly a save for the ages. 3 league titles we finish with. I don't really know what else to say other than thank you, which I've already said a load of times. So I guess we'll just wrap things up. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode 130 of The Road to Glory for the last time with FC United and Manchester. And I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.